Well, coming up, a boa constrictor named Cupcake. No joke. Stay tuned for a walk on the wild side with the hosts of Scaly Adventures. Pierce Curran got his first pet snake when he was just 9 years old. Today, the 13-year-old handles all kinds of creepy critters. I think he'd say creeping critters. And his mom and dad are both part of the act. Take a look.
2012, Pierce Curran and his dad Richard filmed a few short videos at a public zoo in front of different animals. Those videos became popular commercial TV spots. Little did they know that those spots would soon lead to their own TV show.
I'm Pierce Curran for Scaly Adventures, and check back at my website.
Today, Richard, Tanya, and Pierce take a walk on the wild side in Pierce's Scaly Adventures, which airs on Daystar at 12:30 every Saturday afternoon.
Well, the Currans are with us now. Welcome to the 700 Club.
Thank you.
Good to have you all here.
Thank you so much.
And you too. Very interesting. Pierce, introduce us to your friend here.
Oh, yes. This is Spike. He's a green iguana. And this guy actually has 3 eyes. You see the 2 there, but he has 1 up here. Now, he's not really happy right now, but that helps him sense light and dark whenever something comes over him.
So when he does that, when you're petting him, does that mean he likes it or he's...
Well, when he flaps that, it means that he's telling me to back off, that he's the man. Yeah,
you're not listening.
He doesn't like that.
I'm
no. He's on TV. This is
Spike is
dog.
Beautiful.
Oh, he's gorgeous.
Wow.
He's actually shedding on his head right there, so all these spines will be pristine and shed within about 3 weeks.
Now, how long have you had him?
I've had him now going on 2 years, I
think so.
Yeah.
Wow. Now, have you ever been
Yes.
Have you ever been bitten?
Actually, I've been bitten several times by him. I've been bitten here. I've been scarred from him. He scratched me. It took 6 months to train him because he wasn't nice. And we tell kids that in our shows, that just because somebody isn't nice at first, it can be due to what they've had to go through.
It's a life lesson, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yes.
That's really one of the really cool things we do through the show. We talk about bullies.
Use the animals
exactly
to
teach about life lessons.
We all need to know. Well, Spike is pretty impressive. You have, speaking of impressive, you have some boa constrictors with you, and the 2 names that are. They don't go together. Goliath and Cupcake. Explain that.
They're very, very different. This is Goliath. He's a Colombian red-tailed boa constrictor.
He's beautiful.
Yes, he is, and they're very, very strong. This is Pierce's
I can
very
feel that.
best friend.
He's the mascot of our TV show. He opens every episode, and he's also the sweetest boa on the planet.
Have you always loved snakes?
Oh, yes, I always have. I first was interested in dinosaurs, which really led to my interest in reptiles.
Really?
Yes,
I
love
that
them.
would be a natural transition, wouldn't
yes.
it? Now tell me about Cupcake, because she's rather large for her name.
Well, Cupcake is a Colombian red-tailed boa, just like the one that you're holding there, Goliath. The thing about Cupcake is we gave her that name because a lot of times what we do on our show is really help kids to overcome fears, whatever it may be. And a lot of people are afraid of snakes. So I'll always say, come here, because they'll be like this, and I'll say, you know what its name is? And they'll go, no. And I'll go, it's Cupcake. How can you be afraid of anything named Cupcake? Right. You know, you never go, here, hold killer.
Yeah.
So that's what Cupcake is. And
that would shy away from it.
so she gets an opportunity to go into like Shriners Children's Hospitals and things like that. And it's a chance for children to see that something big isn't necessarily something mean.
And Richard, people think snakes are slimy, but they're really smooth and cool
Yes,
and
ma'am.
beautiful. I mean, quite lovely.
Yes.
Okay, what have you got there?
I have Pickle. He's a bearded dragon. I did not name him. My mom did.
Tanya, we can talk about that later.
I love it.
Pickle is a sweetheart. He's a grandpa. He was passed down from a little boy who passed away of leukemia. And so he is quite old, and he loves to do pretty much nothing but sleep.
My son had a bearded dragon named Spike, actually.
Oh, cool.
And so does he eat crickets and things like that?
Yes, he does. Yes, he loves crickets and mealworms and fruits and veggies. And these guys, actually, where they come from, they'll puff up their body and stuff. But that also comes in handy for more than just defense. Whenever it's early and they want to catch the sunlight, they'll position their body, they'll fill it up with air, and then they'll turn it to face the sun as it moves throughout the day so they can catch the maximum amount. That's so cool.
Best angles.
Oh, yes, definitely.
So what is this? Oh, how darling.
Yes, this is Willie. He is a leopard gecko.
Oh my goodness.
And isn't he beautiful?
He's beautiful.
And Terry, what's really cool about this animal that we get to share through the show as well is like God has given all these animals amazing camouflages and amazing defenses.
That's what I notice as I look at him.
As his colors. And also one of the things he does for his defenses is that when he sheds his skin, he eats it, which is really disgusting to us, but it protects him from predators.
As a mom who doesn't like to clean, I can appreciate that.
There you go.
Now, is he full size?
Just about. I mean,
He'll grow a little bit bigger, but they actually reach adult size within 6 months, so I'd say he's pretty much maxed out.
Wow.
But amazingly, that tail there, it's where they store their fat. So they can actually go a month or 2 without eating. That tail will get really fat, and they'll feed off the fat.
Yes.
Interesting.
Now, this one we thought that you might want to hold because she's little.
This is Blossom, and she's another one that we use with a lot of young children. That's a common corn snake. In fact, the coloration isn't very much different than what you might find in your yard. And she's really a harmless snake. They don't really have teeth per se, so you know it's a great starter pet for a kid who doesn't. For a kid who wants to get into snakes or something like that. That's an excellent snake to get into.
Color is
She actually lives with 4 other corn snakes in one cage. Corn snakes are very communal-minded. They love to live together. In fact, when it was just 3 corn snakes, the 2 males would often, when the female would shed, the 2 of them would wrap around the female and cover her in the hide because they knew to protect the female.
She tickles.
She's a sweetheart.
Is she sweet?
She's beautiful. Now, what do you have there?
This is Arlo. Arlo is our box turtle, and he's a sweetheart. Arlo is very walking. He loves to walk a lot.
They only have one direction, and that's forward.
Oh yes, he'll make several laps around my room.
Right.
Yes,
That is a good life.
he makes several laps around my room every day. He's
I'd like
very
to
beautiful.
see your room. I bet it's quite the adventure zone.
Terry, tell her how many snakes and reptiles
We
we have
have
now.
approximately 37 species.
Wow.
Big room.
Wow.
Yes.
Well, come on over. You can see quite the collection.
I know that many people have watched your Scaly Adventures show. It's a television show you're on regularly. We'll tell you where you can see it if you haven't had the fun of seeing it. Are you going up my sleeve?
She might.
She's very
does not know
curious.
personal space.
Okay. Sure.
But Tanya, you have another ministry as well because you had a real serious health scare. Tell us a little bit about what God's doing through you guys with that.
Yeah, actually, it's really amazing. This year will be 10 years ago. I was in a coma. Wow. Staph bacteria was blown into my lungs. I was given 2 hours to live. Pierce was 4 years old. They told Rick to bring him into the hospital to say goodbye to me. So God saved my life in a massively miraculous way. But then over the next 3 years, every doctor I went to kept giving me prescription after prescription. So by January of 2007, I was ready to kill myself because I was on 18 prescriptions a day.
Good grief.
So we didn't know, is that just going to be a neat story we share in church? But no, God had bigger plans because I was a teacher, he was in sales, so we weren't trained for this.
Yes.
But he used that to launch us into ministry. So we founded our nonprofit organization, which is Boundless Limits. And we've written a book, we hosted TV in 2 different cities. We were doing those kinds of things, but through Pierce's passion of reptiles, because I homeschool him, we started making little fun.
That.
Yeah, thank you. He's a great
Good vocabulary.
Oh yeah.
We started making little fun YouTube videos just 2 years ago, in front of cages at the zoo.
Blossomed into this in that period of time. Quite
has.
remarkable. I want people to know that you have written a book. It's called On Course, Strategies for Successful Living. It's a wonderful book, a real encouraging book. Find out how to get a copy. Log on to cbn.com. All the info's there. But I also want you to know you can watch the Currents every Saturday. It's 12:30 p.m. on Scaly Adventures on Daystar TV. So be sure to watch them and all of their friends.
And I'm going to tell you what, we've partnered with an awesome band called Bone Prophet. They're a Christian rock band, so it's cool music. It's a great theme for the family. And every episode has the underlying messages of teaching children to overcome their fears and follow their dreams.
Wonderful.
So it's neat.
We'll tune in. Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much for
Thank
being
you
here.
so much.
Great job to all of you.
Thank
really
you.
fun.